Voiceover calm, serious tone. Across Canada's Northwest Territories, winter lands stretch endlessly, white, frozen, untouched. But this year, the silence carries a warning. Caribou, the heart of northern life, are fewer. Migration routes are shifting. Elders are worried. And now, the Tilicho government is proposing something historic. A pause on winter caribou hunts. Beat. In today's in-depth documentary, we explore why leaders are calling for this pause, what it means for communities, how caribou populations reach this point, and what the future holds for one of the most culturally important species in the North. Movie Camera Section 1, The Land and the People, 040 to 5 o'clock. Voiceover. The Tilicho region lies in the heart of the Northwest Territories. A place where winter lasts most of the year. Where vast forests meet frozen lakes. And where the caribou has been a companion for thousands of years. For the Tilicho people, the caribou is more than an animal. It is food. It is clothing. It is ceremony. It is survival. It is identity. Generations grew up traveling the trails of the Bathurst and Blue Nose East herds, harvesting with respect, taking only what was needed, and using every part of the animal. In Tilicho tradition, the caribou is considered a gift, a relation, not a resource. But the land is changing. The caribou are changing. And across the north, communities see something they've never seen before. Empty trails.
Movie Camera, Section 2, Decline of the Herds, 5 to 12 o'clock. Voiceover. To understand the Tilicho government's proposal, we first need to understand the decline itself. Over the last 2 decades, many barren ground caribou herds across Canada have seen dramatic population drops. Some herds declined by more than 40%, 60%, in some cases, over 90%. Although numbers fluctuate and different herds follow different patterns, one thing is clear. The caribou are under pressure. Community harvesters report fewer animals on migration trails. Scattered groups instead of large herds. Tired, thin, or stressed caribou. Unpredictable routes. Later or earlier arrivals. Unusual weather conditions that affect their movement. Elders say these signs mean caribou are struggling. But what caused the decline? Experts point to a mix of factors. 1. Climate change, freezing rain, deep snow, late winters. 2. Predation, wolves following weakened herds. 3. Habitat disturbance, roads, mining, exploration. 4. Harvest pressure, too many animals taken as populations fall. 5. Disease patterns shifting. 6. Insect pressure during warmer summers. The decline isn't simple. It's a web of challenges converging at once. And that's why the Tilicho government is sounding the alarm. Movie Camera, Section 3, The Tilicho Proposal, 12 to 2000 hours. Voiceover. The proposal is both simple and difficult. Pause winter caribou hunts this season. Not forever. Not as a ban. But as a temporary measure, a moment of relief for the herds. Tilicho leaders say the idea came after months of on-the-land reports, community meetings, elders' councils, seasonal observations, harvest data. Many elders expressed concern. The caribou are tired. They need rest. Officials emphasized that the proposal is not about taking something away from hunters, but about giving something back to the caribou. The pause echoes a traditional philosophy. When the land is hurting, we step back. Movie Camera, Section 4, Why Winter? 20:00.
The timing of the proposed pause is crucial. Winter hunting often targets animals already under stress from long migrations and harsh conditions. Removing hunting pressure during this season can increase survival rates, reduce stress on weakened individuals, improve calving success in spring, help herds regain stability. Winter is also the time when many herds pass closer to communities, making them easier to harvest, but also more vulnerable when numbers are low. By pausing winter hunts, leaders hope to protect pregnant females and prime bulls that are essential for herd recovery. Movie Camera, Section 5, Impact on Communities, 25:00, 33:00. Voiceover. For many northern families, caribou is not just food, it is the food. A hunting pause would affect household freezers, traditional diets, ceremonial events, community feasts, sharing networks, elders who rely on caribou meat, families with limited store-bought options. Store food is expensive, often unhealthy, culturally disconnected. Talicho leaders acknowledge this hardship openly. Discussions include community exemptions for elders, special harvests for ceremonies, programs for supporting low-income households, increased sharing and distribution, alternative local food programs. The goal is to ensure that no family goes hungry while the herd recovers. In indigenous governance, elders are not just advisors, they are the foundation. Elders have repeatedly warned that migration routes feel broken. Snow conditions are unpredictable. Herds look thinner than before. Wolves are more active. Caribou grouping patterns have changed. One elder said, "If we take too much now, our grandchildren will have nothing." The pause is rooted in this long-term thinking. 7 generations forward, not one season at a time. Movie Camera, Section 7, A History of Stewardship, 40:00, 47:00. Voiceover. The Talicho people have always had systems for managing harvests. Historically, some years had.
Some years required restraint. Decisions were based on what the land showed, not what papers said. Elders monitored herd health through observation. Hunters knew when to pause even without modern science. Today's proposal continues that tradition, mixing modern data with ancient knowledge. This combination, traditional knowledge plus modern science, remains one of the strongest tools for future wildlife recovery. Movie Camera, Section 8, What happens next? 47:00, 56:00. Voiceover. The proposal will now enter consultation. This includes wildlife co-management boards, local communities, harvesters, elders, GNWT partners, monitoring teams. The final decision may involve a full pause, a partial pause, community exemptions, adjusted quotas, increased monitoring, on-the-land programs. What's clear is that all parties agree on one thing: the caribou need help. Movie Camera, Section 9, Caribou Science Explained, 56:001:10:00. Voiceover. Caribou recovery is slow. Very slow. Barren ground caribou have long migration routes, reproduce slowly, are easily stressed, depend on predictable weather, require large undisturbed land, lose calves easily during difficult winters. This means recovery can take 5 years in a good scenario, 10 to 15 years in a realistic scenario, 20 plus years if hardship continues. This is why temporary pauses matter. They buy time. They protect pregnant females. They reduce stress. They improve survival. They give the herd a chance to rebuild. Hunters say the trails feel too quiet. The herd sizes are not what they were. Snow is thicker, making travel harder for animals. Wolves are following smaller groups more aggressively. Some animals seem tired earlier in the season. These observations match scientific reports. A Talicho hunter shared. When the caribou are strong, we are strong. When they are weak, we must help them. Movie Camera, Section 11, The Emotional Wait, 1 hour and 22 minutes to 1 hour and 27 minutes. Voiceover. A pause is not just policy. It is emotional. Caribou hunting connects people to their parents, their grandparents, their ancestors, their culture, their identity. Choosing to step back is painful, but many say it is necessary. Movie camera, section 12, final message 1 hour and 27 minutes to 1 hour and 30 minutes. Voiceover, slow, powerful. The Talicho government's proposal marks a historic moment. A moment of responsibility. A moment of stewardship. A moment of sacrifice for the future. By pausing winter hunts, leaders hope to give the herds a chance to breathe, to rest, to recover. And perhaps, years from now, when caribou roam the land in great numbers again, today's decision will be remembered as the moment the North chose protection over short-term comfort. Beat? Because when the caribou thrive, so do the people.